Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to start part 3 of the chapter Civilizing the Native, Educating the Nation. This is the third part and the last video of this chapter. In the previous video we discussed about the steps taken by the British for education system, implementation of education system in India. Not only British officials, many Indians also were very curious about the implementation of education system in India, and they gave different ideas. There are different ideas on different bases. Some of them were in favor of Western education. Why they were favoring Western education? Western education. Because they were very impressed due to the developments of European society, different kinds of scientific developments due to the education system. So they were favoring Western education. But some of Indians were in favor of Indian education system, traditional Indian education system with morality and with character issues and with the literature, our traditional literature. So in this way, there were two opinions. Today in this video we will discuss about these opinions, right? Many of them were against the Western education system. For example, Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore. Aurobindo Ghosh also had separate ideas on education. So we'll have a little discussion about Aurobindo Ghosh also. But first we'll discuss about Mahatma Gandhi, then the ideas of Rabindranath Tagore on education. So let's start with the ideas on education of Mahatma Gandhi. So let's start the topic with the statement given by Mahatma Gandhi. English education means Western education has enslaved us. It means it is making slaves all the Indians. What? Western education. So Mahatma Gandhi opposed Western education because of some demerits. What were the demerits according to Mahatma Gandhi in Western education? So we are discussing about the education of the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi on education. Ideas on education. First, he used to think that Western education creates sense of inferiority in the minds of Indians and superiority to the Western people, especially British. It means in the Western education and according to the textbooks of Western education, British explained themselves as superior and Indians as inferior. So Mahatma Gandhi did not want this kind of education system that will create the sense of inferiority in the minds of Indians. Second thing, it is destructing the pride, right? For Indians, it means this is the destruction of pride of Indians. Whatever they achieved in the past, whatever they had in the past, their glorious literature, glorious past of India, it was not explained in this kind of education. Just only this was the glory of West. In the Western education, next point, glory of West. Because in the Western education textbooks and their syllabus and under this system, all the teachers and other kinds of instructors, they explained the glory of West. It means they criticized the Eastern culture and Indian culture. So in this way, Mahatma Gandhi was not in favor of Western education, and he also told that Western education is based only on reading and writing. But Mahatma Gandhi was in favor of the oral knowledge, because oral knowledge, according to Mahatma Gandhi, the thinking of Mahatma Gandhi, oral knowledge is having the long stability in the minds of the people rather than reading and writing. And next and last one, we can say the textbook knowledge. Western education is based on textbook knowledge. It is not providing the real experience to the students. So Mahatma Gandhi wanted to give the real experience. He wanted to make all the students learning with the live experience and the real experience. So many other demerits also were there in the Western education according to the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi, but here we discussed only these kinds of points. with the help of these points. So I hope that you are understanding why Mahatma Gandhi opposed Western education, right? In spite of this, Mahatma Gandhi did not favor Western education, but Mahatma Gandhi favored Indian education system. Clear? Why did he favor Indian education system? Let's discuss. So we are discussing about the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi on education, right? He opposed Western education, but he favored Indian education system. Why did he favor Indian education system? Because of so many causes. But what were the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi about Indian education system? According to Mahatma Gandhi, Indian education system, by providing Indian education system, we can develop the nationalism, the feeling of nationalism in the hearts and minds of the students. With the help of Indian education system, we can change the thinking of the people against the British government or the British rule. So according to Mahatma Gandhi, for the development of nationality, Indian education system was very necessary. It was also very necessary for the development of mind and soul of the people, and it is not in the Western education. Next one is he focused on Indian languages. According to Mahatma Gandhi, education should be provided in the medium of English, medium of Indian languages. So with the help of Indian languages, we should provide the education to the students. Learning with experience, Mahatma Gandhi focused on learning with experience, not only for means ratification or cramming up. Just he focused on the live experience and learning with experience work. Clear? By working we can learn so many things. Next one is social development. With the help of Indian education system, we can develop our society. If we provide Western education to the students, then they will be deprived of the social values of India, and they will be separated from the society if they are educated in the Western education system. So according to Mahatma Gandhi, if we want to develop our society, we have to implement our Indian education system. So dear students, these were the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi on the education system in India. Now we'll study about the ideas of Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore's Abode of Peace. With this topic, we'll try to understand the ideas of Rabindranath Tagore on education. Rabindranath Tagore explained that when he was student, then he used to go to the school, but he did not feel well in the school. He explained that in the childhood he faced a lot of problems in the school. According to Rabindranath Tagore, schools are not the better place for students, because schools are very disciplined and repressive systems where the child cannot develop according to his free mind. He cannot be creative, he cannot explore the wonder, and the nature of desires are completely abolished or removed in the schools of children, right? So when he wanted to set up a school where child could learn with happiness in the free environment. So he focused on the several points about education, that what kind of education system should be there in India for better learning for the students. So for this purpose, Rabindranath Tagore established Shakti Niketan. You have listened the name Shakti Niketan. Shakti Niketan, 100 kilometers away from Calcutta, in a very peaceful environment. Shakti Niketan, he established this institution in 1901, where the child could learn with happiness. Understand? So he focused on these kinds of points. First, self-learning. The education system should be like that, where the child can learn with self-learning, can be educated in the self-learning process, where he could do himself the things and could learn automatically with the experience. Second one is learning with nature. He was in favor of natural environment. So you can see that very far away from the big city Calcutta, 100 kilometers away from Calcutta, in the rural setting, he set up Shakti Niketan, Award of Peace, in 1901 because of natural environment, because he was in favor of natural environment, where he wanted that the students do something like that for learning, right, themselves. He used to say that let the students lay on the earth, they should play with the sand and soil, right, and they should climb on the trees, they should jump from the tree, they should swim in the water. So let them do something for learning in the natural environment. So this was the thinking of Rabindranath Tagore, so I hope that you are understanding. Rabindranath Tagore was in favor of natural environment education. Second is third is creativity. The students should learn with the creativity. We have to set up the education system like that, in which the students can create the new things, can have the creativity, and should explore the new things. Clear? Next one is happy environment, about which we have already have talked about this. Happy environment, that Rabindranath Tagore was in favor of happy environment for learning, not depressive system, not disciplined system or repressive for the students. Fifth and last one, science and technology. Although Rabindranath Tagore opposed Western education, no doubt, but one thing he took from Western education, that he focused on the need of science and technology. He thought that we have to teach the students science and technology so that our society can develop in better ways. So this was the thinking of Rabindranath Tagore on education, and I hope that you understood the ideas of Rabindranath Tagore on education. Now let's have a look on the ideas of Aurobindo Ghosh on education system. Now we will discuss about the ideas of Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. He was from Bengal, and he was a great national leader in the national movement of India. Right? He played very important role during Gandhian age, and he was extremist in his ideas and was not in favor of British government. So he gave the ideas about education. He gave a speech on 15 January 1908 in Bombay. On the basis of this speech given by Sri Aurobindo Ghosh in Bombay, we can conclude his speech that was given on the Indian education system, that what kind of education should be there according to the ideas, according to the thinking of Aurobindo Ghosh. So the first point, spirit of nationality. Aurobindo Ghosh focused on the spirit of nationality, that education should be like that, in which the students should be taught about their nation, about their country, right, and about their positive aspects of his country. So this is for development of the spirit of nationality among the children. Second one is glorious past. They also should be taught about their glorious history and the heroic deeds of the ancestors, whatever done by the people in the past and the ancestors of the people. So this was the second point. Third one, vernacular, means the education should be provided in local languages, local and regional languages. Local means also we can say regional. Education should be provided in regional languages, so that the students will be very familiar with their culture, with their tradition, and with their society. And there will be very less difference between educated and less educated people or uneducated people, and it will help in the development of the society. So the next thing is modern scientific discoveries. He also focused on modern scientific discoveries, and he focused on science and technology as the ideas of Rabindranath Tagore. And next one is useful crafts. He focused on the learning of useful crafts, so that after getting the education, after schooling, the student means the people will do something for their employment, right? They will not be unemployed due to the lack of their skill. So he focused on skill development and for learning useful crafts. So dear students, these were the ideas of Aurobindo Ghosh. In this video we have discussed the ideas on education of Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore and Aurobindo Ghosh. I hope that you understood all these points. Keep revise and keep learning. Watch this video again. If you have any problem, you can ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day.